At 12:30 in the morning on December 3, 1984, a cloud of poison gas drifted over the sleeping city of Bhopal, India, and the factory that caused it had already switched off its own warning siren. 40 tons of methyl isocyanic gas escaped from a Union Carbide pesticide plant in under 2 hours. Most of the 500,000 people living around it had no idea anything was wrong until they woke up choking. The tank holding that gas was supposed to stay refrigerated below freezing, but Union Carbide had shut the cooling unit down months earlier to save roughly $40,000 a year. The backup safety systems, a scrubber meant to neutralize leaking gas and a flare tower meant to burn it off, were either undersized or offline that night. Workers on the night shift noticed the pressure gauges climbing, but assumed the instruments were broken because they'd been unreliable for months. When the leak finally became obvious, the plant's siren did sound, for about 2 minutes, then someone silenced it under a long-standing policy not to alarm the slum neighborhoods pressed right up against the fence. Gas kept pouring out for hours while the city slept through it. We put out a new story on a buried corporate secret like this one every single day, so subscribe if you don't want to miss the next one. India's government first reported 2,259 deaths. Independent estimates now put the toll between 15 and 20,000 people, with 500,000 more left with burned lungs, blindness, and chemical injuries that never fully healed. Children born in Bhopal decades later are still showing birth defects doctors trace back to that single night. Union Carbide's CEO, Warren Anderson, flew to Bhopal 4 days later, was arrested, and released on $2,100 bail within hours. He boarded a company plane back to the United States and never returned to face the charges waiting for him. If a detail like that makes your jaw drop a comment and tell us which fact got you. India pursued extradition for over a decade and got nowhere. Union Carbide settled all claims in 1989 for $470 million, a few $100s per victim by the time it was divided up. Dow Chemical bought Union Carbide in 2001 and has maintained ever since that Bhopal's liability isn't theirs to carry. The plant still stands abandoned in Bhopal, and the groundwater around it still tests positive for the same toxic chemicals more than 40 years later. That siren was switched off to keep the neighborhood calm, and it ended up burying the one warning that could have saved thousands of lives. Subscribe and hit the bell so tomorrow's buried secret lands right in your feed.